But Spiky, what else have you got for us?
So if you're on Twitter and you have an account and you have a lot of followers and people, a lot of people enjoy your content, well, Twitter is launching something called a tip jar. So you know how you go to your coffee shop and your barista serves you a very good, cup of coffee. You can put something in there for them. Anyway, so now you can do that for your favorite accounts on Twitter. So if you're following me and you want to give me something, there's going to be a tip jar. All you have to do is go to @TheRealSpiky and then click the tip jar and then donate something for the good work I'm doing on Twitter.
Yeah, and obviously for our audience here, every day bringing us their updates from the world of technology. So, do we know how this will work exactly?
Well, as with other sites that do these things, you click on it, you are given the opportunity to enter your card details, your debit card details, or your credit card, depending on which part of the world you are. And then you choose an amount that you want to donate to that person. Twitter coming to Ghana, we're hoping that there'll be implementation of mobile payment system and something like that, because in Ghana, not a lot of people have cards and not a lot of people are banked. We have a lot of unbanked in our society. So. But almost everyone has a mobile money wallet of some sort. So that would be a great addition to see. And we hope that Twitter being in Ghana would consider that.
And I'm sure a lot of people will start, what can I be doing on Twitter?
Yeah.
Thinking of what channel can I create, what account can I create, just to earn some money.
Yeah.
All right, what else?
So IBM says it's created the world's smallest and most powerful chip. Now that's interesting. When people hear small, they don't exactly think powerful. But in computers, the smaller a processor gets, the more powerful it is. So right now, the phone I'm using, which is the S21, is using a 5 nanometer chip. You have some computers using a 10 nanometer chip, a 7 nanometer chip, and now IBM has created a 2 nanometer chip. Now that is as small as your thumbnail, your fingernail.
Yeah.
And it has billions of transistors. So the smaller it gets, the more transistors they're able to put on the chip. And the more transistors there are there, the more efficient
That's
it gets.
weird. The smaller it is, the more transistors. But the larger, the fewer.
The larger, well, you can put more in a larger, but it's not as efficient, So that big die that you saw over there was a lot of chips.
So let's bring it down to practical terms. What does this mean for devices that we own?
Now that's brilliant, because imagine when we were growing up, smartphones were mobile phones. Let me not say smartphones. Mobile phones were bigger. Those used bigger chips. Computers were bigger. If you see the Pentium 2 processor, it was huge. Now you see a Core i9 processor and it's that tiny. That goes to say that it's getting smaller. So that means you can pack more power in a smaller device. So imagine that you're going to have to do some work and you need so many, back then you needed so many computers. Now just one computer could do the job of about 6 from about 10 years ago. So, and it also means that we can have more Internet of Things devices. So a 2 nanometer chip could easily fit on a small camera. So your small camera could now be more powerful than the previous CCTV camera. You see those CCTV cameras, they're big. Now you can have them smaller because there's no need for a larger chip, and it being smaller means that it doesn't require as much cooling. That means that the components are smaller. And so you can fit it into anything. So your tabletop fridge can now be smart. Your TV could be smarter. Anything, even your smartwatch could get smarter because now you're using a smaller chip. So yeah, the possibilities are endless. But I think it opens a doorway for the Internet of Things, which is something that we've been pushing for.
I know you always get excited by these things because we are finally getting to that cyborg world for you, eh?
That's what I want.
Interesting. Well, that'll be it for today's edition of Tech News with Kobe. And, you've heard a lot of interesting things today, including that one you should be looking out for over the weekend, whether it falls in your house. I don't know, is there compensation? If this falls in my house. If it does
fall in your house.
I'm sure a lot of people will be praying, Lord, let it come close to me. Not to hurt me, though. If there's going to be
how wide my eyes are open. That means you have to get your stuff out first and then pray. Because what if your stuff are in there and it crashes and
but the compensation will take care of all of that, won't it? This is China we are talking about.
That inconvenience of now going to buy a new TV, a new fridge, new clothes. I wear the same clothes until I get that compensation.